Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel for another interesting video. In this video, I'm going to share with you that you have to stop reading books. You have to stop it. Most of the people will share this testimony. Since I started reading, my life has changed. Since I started reading, my business is growing. Since I started reading, things are really going well in my life. Very interesting. And you who is somewhere watching this video will rush and start buying books like a foolish man, and you will read all those books, you will see no progress in your life. You will realize you are completely wasting your time. You have wasted your time reading useless books at the same time. Books are useless if you don't know how to read it. Like, for example, I can buy a book for 1,000. I read only 2 pages. I throw that book away. I don't have any time to waste. I can buy a book even for 3,000 or 2,000, 5,000. I read only 2 pages. I throw that book away because I don't have time to fool my brain with stupidity. Like most of the people, they put a lot of information in their brains. They put a lot of information in their brains. Albert Einstein in 19 what, or the law of psychology, Simon Freud, those stupid things. You're fooling your brain with nonsense. It will not help you. This citation, this man said that in 1920. Go and buy a book, read a portion what you want in that book, and throw that book away. Don't put those informations in your brain. Don't put those information in your brain. At the end of the day, it will not help you at all. You say, oh, in 1990, this person said this. In 2023, this person said this. Oh, it happens like this, that. If it is very relevant, it is very important, very, very important. You can put it in your brain. You can memorize it. You can memorize those information. Very important. If the information is credible and you have validated it, and you know that you are going to convince people, you are going to persuade people to attach to your ideology, why not? You can memorize those points. But if you realize like those points, they are fooling your brains, like they are occupying spaces in your brains for no reason, just read, you understand, you throw that book away and you forget it, you pass to another thing. Most of the people, they read books for no reason. You go to the market, you buy a book about religion, you read religion. Tomorrow you buy a book about marketing, you read. Tomorrow communication, tomorrow personal development. Like you are reading from left to right, you don't have a direction why you do read those books. That is dangerous and you are wasting your time. Most of the people do that. Like most of the people who you listen to their testimony, they will tell you, since I started reading books, my life has really changed. Things have really improved in my life. Those people, they know when to read. They know, like, they go for a specific information. They gather that knowledge and they throw that portion of the book away. I mentioned this. I can buy a book and read only 5 pages. I throw. Maybe I want to know how to interact with billionaires, how I can have a good conversation with a billionaire and behave like a billionaire. I buy a book, how to act as a billionaire and live with billionaires. I read that portion, I get the information. I know maybe next week I will meet a billionaire. Once I meet him, if it is important, we do our things. And I forget that book and I move on with my life. Like you see some people, they take time, they read 5,000 pages books. They say you are crazy. What are you reading there? If chapter 1 has not helped you, chapter 2 has not helped you, chapter 5, maybe you are writing your PhD thesis, is it dissertation, or you are writing your master test, maybe it makes sense. You have to read stupid books, you have to collect information from left and right so that the examiner should validate your thesis or your dissertation, something like that. But in real life, don't waste your time reading books. It is dangerous. If you don't have anything to get from that book, the knowledge that you had already, go and if you start something like you start a project, how to sell this, how to do this, at a certain point, things are not really going well. You have to sit down and read books about that topic so that you should gain momentum and fly with time. And most of the people, they are reading for the sake of reading. They are reading to get sufficient vocabulary. Like they are reading to talk, so that they should confuse people with their language or so that they should impress people. Nobody cares. Maybe you are a journalist, you are presenting a show, maybe you read books so that you should gather new words. Maybe you are a writer, you can read so that you should have many words or vocabulary or different ways to write. That is very interesting if you are reading for your goods. But if you are not a writer or someone who present a television show and you are reading constantly without putting what you are reading into actions, you are really wasting your time. You are wasting your time putting a lot of useless information in your brain. For example, even if you are a journalist, you read books so that you should come and talk big, big English. They will say, boy, cool down, cool down. People who are listening to this show or people who are watching this show, most of them are not that educated. You have to reduce the way you talk, like you have to you have to simplify your language, you have to put it down. You get, like, if you read every day just to go to meetings, start impressing people with the vocabulary, start impressing people with the way you talk, you are very stupid, because at a certain point you will talk, nobody will listen to you, and the next time they will say they should not give you time to talk because you are telling nonsense. If people do not decode your information correctly, know that next time they will not even listen to you. Like that is the point. If you are reading books for the sake of reading, for the sake, like, I want you go and buy a book, Seven Atomic Habits, how to become someone different. Go, what do you want in that book? What is making your life difficult? Is it because you lack consistency? Read that portion, like, I'm not consistent. How can I become consistent in my work? How can I become consistent in this region of my life? You read and you throw that book away and you apply it. Go in marketing, how to become successful, this marketing, how can I make my product goes globally. You read that portion and you throw that book away and spend most of your time in practice, not in reading. Stop stop putting a lot of theories in your brain. Those theories are useless. They are useless, they will not help you anymore, because when your brain is full with nonsense, especially those theories, nonsense, because you can cite a theory in 1924, this happened, and they will say after, what again? And they will take you in a practical room. You'll be unable to exercise the knowledge that you have in your brain or to translate it. You get my point? Like if you read books continuously just to impress people, just to be known, or to whenever you start talking, people say, oh, this guy is really good at communication. He has an adept at communication, something like that. Or you have an aptitude in communication, or at communication. I'm not an English teacher. I do mistakes, like, go and read a portion of the book that you need for that particular time and throw that book away and use that knowledge. Go and read another portion of the book. Like, I can buy a book, I read 5 pages, I throw that book away. I don't even want to see that book again. Maybe I have another problem in which that book can help me. I will go and look for that book. Stop spending your money buying books left and right. Reading is good when you know why you read. You read to solve a problem. Maybe you find difficulties whenever they give you space to speak in public. Go and buy books on public speaking. You read that portion, how to neutralize anxiety and nervousness during public speaking. Whenever you finish with that portion, you throw that book away. I hope you like this video and you subscribe to my YouTube channel for the coming videos.